have to do and monitor. Well, let's start at looking at some of these concepts in more detail. So dismantling institutionalized racism. What is this all about? Well, to start off with, it's about researching companies, okay, finding out about a company's history. So if you go to the UCL database, for example, it shows you the identities of slave owners who were compensated. And you can see in this example, the pub chain Green King was one of those companies that earned quite a lot of money out of the slave trade and from its compensation, which helped it to develop and become, you know, the big company that it is today. Now, this pub chain has publicly apologised on its website for its role in slavery and pledged to invest in Black and Asian and minority communities as a way of making up or recompense. Another thing that needs to be done is identifying colonial beneficiaries and communities that have been impacted. All right. So what particular countries have been impacted, what communities have been impacted, so communities from those particular colonial countries, who benefited from colonialism. We need to tackle historic legacies. Okay, so it's not as simple as just saying, oh, well, you know, these things happened a long time ago. What was the impact of those things that happened a long time ago? How are they being felt now? How can companies invest into development projects, for example, in various countries that it had impacted in the past through its actions? Public acknowledgement of the past, as we've seen with Green King, Lloyd's of London, for example. Okay, supporting affected community projects. That's another way of making up for, you know, the past. Training opportunities, business mentoring. Those are some other methods. Investment in youth projects and community activism, providing work experience, investing in local schools in areas with affected minorities, for example. And then, of course, removing the vestiges of empire. So symbols like, for example, the Rhodes statue at some of the universities. You know, the statue of Colston, for example, that is all over the place in Bristol, who, you know, was a slave owner. You know, we need to remove some of the company's social events that might be connected with empire.